Unfortunately, we did not have enough to pull it out. The Bulls lose against the Bucks. And really, the reason why we lost this game wasn't because of our defense, wasn't because the team didn't play hard. We just couldn't hit any goddamn shots. Like Matt Thomas briefly came in and hit a couple of big threes for us. But outside of Matt Thomas, who hit 3 for 5 threes, it was literally one of the worst games as far as 3-point shooting that I have ever seen in my life. The Bulls 18% from three. The Bucks weren't much better at 19%, but they were better. But you got to think the Bulls were able to hit more threes in this game. This game, listen, this again, not saying that I'm happy with the result. I was happy with the effort. Vooch and Tyler Cook getting in foul trouble in this game definitely changed the way that they were defending in that game. Kobe White and Io both playing like young players, and the fact that their first halves were so bad. Io specifically was passing up shots the whole second half. Kobe was still shooting, wasn't hitting anything. You have two players that have been such a key part of your offense in the last few games, just being completely cold from the field is going to make things difficult. And that's what really was the difference in this game. Both teams did not shoot the ball well, but again, the Bucks won. The reason why the Bulls weren't able to pull this out wasn't because of their defense, wasn't because and for the people who shit on Vooch and his defense, Vooch switching on Drew Holiday and staying with him on a couple of possessions, getting blocks, playing smart defense. Vooch was in this game. The Bulls just didn't have enough scoring. The Bulls, surprisingly enough, did not have enough shooting to finish the game. Tyler Cook, my boy, who I've been talking about, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, and 4 points, 5 fouls, only 1 turnover, but his fouls really got him out of his game. But he showed some promise in this game. But overall, this team, it's a disappointing loss just because you would just expect them to be able to shoot better than this. And if they were able to shoot better than this, man, this game looks completely different. It did not. Now, there were some hiccups down the stretch. The Bulls' last possession before the Bucks sealed the game, when DeMar took that three, he should have really, there was 8 seconds still on the clock. He should have passed that back to Vooch, let Vooch go to work again, having the mismatch. He took a bad three. The game was really out of reach there. Yeah, man. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks to lose a game like this. It really does suck to just lose it but hey, it is what it is. Bad night for Kobe and Io from 3. Bad night from them in general. Points in the paint, Bucks 42, Bulls 20. That's crazy. But even then, though, the Bulls still did more than enough to win this game. It just bad shooting, man. Bad shooting. Rough game for Kobe. Yes, terrible. Let's not just say rough. Let's call it what it was. This was a terrible game for Kobe White. Terrible game for Kobe White. Marlon, hey, Haize, what's going on, Marlon? Let me catch Allen in the streets of Chicago. Oh, God. Listen, it is what it is, man. We did great. It was not Kobe or Io's night at the three-point line. Again, it was more than just three-point. It was not their night at all. If this is how we play against the Bucks, I'm feeling more confident once we get it again. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying as well. We got a guest coming in. We got 808s and Heartbreaks from the Madhouse on Madison coming in. So let me put on my headphones. Oh, he left. What happened? Where'd he go? All right, we got a guest tonight. Whenever he shows back up, I'll be monitoring for him. Let's get back to these comments. So proud of Cook, man. Played great against the MVP, earned a spot on this team. And I'm so glad we didn't see any Alfonso McKinney in this game. I'm so happy we didn't see any Alfonso, man. Because, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me message our guest real quick. Oh, there he goes. He's back. What's going on, broski?
What's going on, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I got you. Man, right. What a game, right?
Hey, man, it was a hell of a game, bro. Like, I mean, honestly, I'm happy with the effort we showed on defense. We didn't hit any shots. As the comment that I was just going over, man, is that somebody was saying, hey, if this is the effort that the team shows, once we have everyone back, it gives a lot of confidence for how we can play against the Bucks. What do you feel about that, Christian?
Listen, man, anytime you can go inside of Milwaukee, it's a close game, the entire game. And, I don't think they're ever down by more than 10. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take
The
it.
Bulls cover the spread. I know somebody in the pregame show was talking about they bet on this game, so he definitely got his money. Shout out to you there. Let's go to this comment here. So proud of Cook, man. Played great against the MVP, earned a spot on this team, man. What do you think about Tyler? I know me and you've been talking very heavily about Tyler Cook. What do you think about Tyler Cook's performance in this game? Playing with foul trouble really since the first quarter and kept from falling out of the game. What do you think?
I think that Billy's waited for another big body to be able to use for this matchup because this is the first time we played the Bucks this season. And this game is a measuring stick of how far we can go against the top teams in the East and the league in general. And honestly, after this game, I don't think there's a real team the Bulls should really fear in the East.
I agree, and that's what I've been saying for the longest. That no team really puts fear in my hearts. If, like I said, if the Bulls execute on defense, that is really the key for everything for them. Usually, more times than not, the offense is going to take care of itself. You think if we have Levine, if we have Lonzo, with the defense that we played tonight, that game gets blown completely open. I can't wait till we face them again, and hopefully we have a full roster when we face them again, man. I'm really happy with how this team played. Not happy at the result, right? Not happy that we didn't get the win, but overall happy with how the team played, especially on defense. Kobe and Io they played like a 21-year-old and 22-year-old rookie. That's exactly what that first half got in their heads. Io specifically, because we know Kobe's going to shoot all day long. He did not show any fear to shoot, but the fact that he missed so many wide open shots too has just been uncharacteristic of Kobe so far this season. But you got to trust that's not going to happen too many times. So it'll come back.
Yeah. Kobe's not going to shoot 3 from 15 from the field too many times, man. I feel like one of these games are coming where people are going to be like, oh, well, Kobe, he played bad. It's like, it's the Bucks.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, they shot terribly too. None of these two teams, they didn't shoot above 40% from the field. 19% from 3, like 18% from 3. It was a terrible night from both teams.
That's for sure. Good question here from Brian the GOAT. Do you think we should have used Matt Thomas in the last 20 seconds? Now, I would like to point out our streak of shitting on people in the halftime hangout and then them having a better second half keeps going. We completely shit on Matt Thomas, and Matt Thomas came in with a pretty solid second half. What do you think, Christian? You think they should have went with Matt Thomas over Kobe or Io in the last part of that game?
Honestly, man, at this point in the season, I'm not gonna question Billy's thoughts and how he runs the rotations at the last couple minutes of the fourth, because he's proven that his rotations work. But Matt Thomas did have the hot hand, so I would have liked to see him out there. But at the end of the day, close game, take it as you can, But I would have liked to see him out there, though.
Definitely. And I understand it. We know you almost trust Kobe to hit a shot at any point in time, but especially with Io really being afraid to shoot to fire away. But like you said, I mean, we woulda, coulda, shoulda all day long, man. Everything's hindsight. But yeah, man. Yeah. Cap got a great comment here. Bucks survived tonight. We'll see them again. What do you think about that one?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, the way the Bulls have been playing this season, man, all the top teams that we played last season, they have these games circled on their calendars now. No one sleeps on the Bulls. Like they said last year, the Bucks realized that playing the Bulls, that last game wouldn't really affect their seeding, and they pulled all the starters. That's what Stacey said during the game. That's not happening anymore. You have to respect the Bulls, and this game proves it.
For sure. Smear 60, Haize, we got to start this with Petty Roosevelt. Fuck Grayson Alley. He's a dirty player. He almost ended Caruso's career. He has no lips. It looks like it hurts when he smiles. F him, no lip having ass. Listen, Smear 60, Petty Roosevelt don't even have to make a damn appearance. You just eviscerated that man. Like, Jesus Christ. Damn, Petty Roosevelt's looking at the comment like, shit, you went in, bro. Like, okay, well,
did my job for me.
Exactly. Like, hey, we need to save Petty for another day. JJ Ortiz says, I would have liked to see Malcolm Hill get some minutes since Kobe was struggling. What do you think about Malcolm Hill getting minutes?
You want to be balanced with your man? After that air ball, when he could have just not shot it.
Yeah. No, and he took that shot so confidently with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. It was like, damn, bro. Irrational confidence like a motherfucker. Man, this shit was crazy, bro. Oh man, BKR Sport, heartbreaking, but that's a positive for us. If Vooch rose in the post on Drew, we tied up. So disappointed that had to force it to DeMar. Positive loss, however, we were great. Listen, the defense executed very well in this. Like, if Billy Donovan, like, players get cold. It just sucks that it was both Io and Kobe in the same game. But you really can't coach players to shoot better sometimes. You can coach them to take better shots, but they took quality shots today. The shots just didn't go in.
Yeah, all of Kobe's misses were good looks, and some of them were open. Same with Vooch. But I feel like if Vooch would have went to the post just a little bit more earlier in the game, maybe we come out with a W. You never know. But
for sure,
you'll take it.
Smear 60 asks, how do you think Tyler? I think we touched on it already, but I'll present this question and say, JJ Ortiz asked it later too. Do you think at this point Tyler Cook has earned a spot in the starting lineup as long as Javonte Green's out?
Honestly, I think he's our only option. DJJ is still injured. He's really the only big that we have. Like, I know he's 6'8", but he's 6'9" with shoes on and easy 250. And you see in the first half, what'd you say?
He's 255.
He's 255. Okay, look, that's a big dude, man. And you see the way Billy used him, just a big body on Giannis, and he dominated a lot of those early possessions in the first half when he played, and I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, his quickness, and then you got to see the athleticism. That pass from Io, which he dunked it. I really do think that if he didn't get in foul trouble early in this game, we would have seen him even more aggressive as the game goes on. You saw him and Vooch late in the game. They almost just let people go by them because they didn't want to risk fouling out. But yeah, he did enough for me that it's like at this point, considering he brings energy similar to Javonte Green's, and we know he's not the defender. But I would like to see him out there. I like to see him it's definitely keep McKinney far away from my Bulls team at this point. I don't give a damn if he's from Chicago. He gotta go.
Wait, what do you have against Alfonso McKinney?
Bro, I don't know if you got to see my video earlier, bro. Alfonso McKinney, if it wasn't for the Houston game and then the game, I think it was against Orlando in garbage time where him and Matt Thomas went off, the dude is literally shooting 21% for his time here in Chicago. He has a PER of less than 7. That's horrible, bro.
That's terrible.
He has to go.
Oh, man.
That is bad. That's bad. The night that Kobe had tonight is basically how Alfonso McKinney's been his whole time here in Chicago, except for 2 games.
That's true. That's true.
I
was tweeting out, sign Alfonso for the rest of the season. And now it's like, I don't know why I should said that. It was only 2 games.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But let's go on, man. Let's see what else we got. Rick Fernandez, Haize, we officially need a goon. Nobody stepped to bitch ass Grayson Allen. Not happy about the L, but we played hard. Glad it wasn't another national TV 20-point loss. Listen, I don't know. I really do. I know I may be overhyping it, right? And I'm a prisoner of the moment right now. But Tyler Cook could very well be that. Alex Caruso, it's like once that play happened, everybody knew who was getting fucking ejected. So you didn't want, nobody else needed to get even a risk of getting a technical because of that dumbass dude. Plus, do you really want to allow somebody with no lips to really chance you getting kicked out the game? Like you just gotta let that go, man. You gotta let that go.
Man, the part that I hate about that entire scenario, he's after he gets ejected, he's on the bench over there smiling and laughing.
Bro, if he was in Chicago, they would have had to have security escort him back to immediately on a private jet because, listen, that motherfucker. Bro, if
he was in Chicago, he would have been on the T-shirt.
Listen, that dude, I'm telling you, man, that's a dirty player, and I don't throw that word around lightly, man. That phrase around lightly, like I wish this was the only instance of him doing some shit like this. Like, of course, not this bad, but the motherfucker is dirty, man, and this goes back to college.
Yeah, and like the second worst part about that entire thing is he doubled down on it with the second arm. Like you're throwing him down at the ground at this point. We know how force works, bro. We're not stupid.
Oh man. All right, let's see. We got a comment here. Frenchie K757. Y'all in these usernames be killing me. Our effort on defense can keep us in these tough games. Absolutely. And more times than not, we're going to have the offense to be able to match with just about anyone when we're fully healthy. That's why Billy Donovan's really been pushing forth the defense part of it. What do you think?
They have. If you noticed over the 4-game losing streak, the energy they've had these last couple of games was non-existent, and that's the reason why they won against Cleveland. Which honestly, I don't even think a lot of Bulls fans thought we were going to win. We were like,
Yeah.
we're going to lose this game. We're going to we're going to lose against Milwaukee, and hopefully we get a W against Orlando or in Orlando on Sunday. But we won Cleveland, and I came into this game thinking, maybe we'll get some Cleveland magic, and lost by 4. Take it with you, man.
I mean, listen, it is what it is. D. Grady says, I disagree with JJ Ortiz on the DeMar 3-pointer at the end. He shouldn't have been in that position. Vooch shouldn't have passed out against Holiday. No, I mean, if you look at the way, because Vooch was trying to back down Holiday. Holiday was a little bit stronger than what he expected. I think Vooch passed out to try to reposition and expected DeMar to give him the ball back. DeMar took that shot with 8 seconds left on the clock. It was a bad shot. Even if you want to say that it was a bad pass, it was just bad all around. DeMar had more than enough time to make a better decision too. So it was just bad decisions on both players' parts in that case. What do you think?
I think that's honestly the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Just a bad game, a bad sequence. You have them, you just move on.
Yeah,
they'll be fine.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see what else we got. Darius says, all I'm gonna say is the Bulls got motherfucking heart. I felt the energy, Haize. I love this team. Listen, I agree. I mean, you can't say enough about this. Look at all the adversity this team has faced this year. I love it. I love this team as a whole, man. It's going to be a tough stretch, right? We go into a stretch of lesser competition here for a while. And I think the Bulls, if they play this effort, they're still going to win more games than they lose. We got Orlando, OKC, Toronto, San Antonio, Portland coming up. That could be a nice stretch for the Bulls to kind of keep afloat. We know that Zach is, as long as he's still on schedule, is going to be back by Wednesday. This team's going to be fine. It's going to be fun.
The last time Ayo scored double digits, or actually he didn't score at all, was the Warriors game. 0 points. But the next game was a double-double. 2 straight double-doubles. And he almost had another one the other day where he had like 18 points and 8 assists.
Yeah.
We might get that on Sunday.
Yeah. What do you think about the so Zach comes back? Who do you think should start next to Zach in the backcourt once he's back? AC, Io, Kobe.
Honestly, you got to give it to the high hand. I think I got Io.
That's what I said too. That's what I've been saying too. And I know he's a rookie. People say AC, and I understand that, but AC is such a steadying hand off the bench, man. I think it's going to be Io, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's AC. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kobe either. Really, at this point, Billy Donovan trusts all of the players. So
yeah,
we may see it different depending on the game and who the opponent is too. So
all depends on lineup and matchups,
Yeah. For sure. How do you think the Bulls did against Giannis tonight? What rank are you giving them? Rating you giving them for the way they guarded Giannis tonight?
Honestly, A+. A+. He scored 30. Giannis can drop 30 on your head in his sleep. But what I cared about, 11 for 24. You made him take a lot of hard shots. He's out here fading away from 15 feet away. He's not Kobe. He's not Dirk. Let him take those shots. He took a lot of those, and he missed a majority of them. Mm-hmm. But any day that you can let Giannis score 30 and you only lose by 4, it's take it with you. I just want to see how we defend him when we actually have everybody back, when we actually have all of our wing defenders. Mm-hmm. Tyler Cook is probably starting or not. And listen, man, the way they play defense tonight, even without the guys, we may not even need a pickup.
And that's the thing that, and I understand, like I said, my biggest thing is if it's going to be a trade, I hope they don't give up assets. I still trust AK and Eversley for whatever they do. But with what we're seeing now, and I get people who never want to bet on health or development, but you got to think, we got Patrick Williams should be coming back at some, even if it's for the playoffs for a series, he should be coming back. You got Javonte Green, who's shown you what he can do playing at the 4. We got Derrick Jones Jr., who's playing some minutes at the 4 and the 5 and done pretty well. And now we have Tyler Cook, who's coming along as well, too. I know the Bulls' biggest hole, and I know they need more defense in the post at times, but what the Bulls are showing is that thing that I've said for so long in this season. It's not about the one-on-one matchups. It's about team defense, and they're showing that they have the team defense and the scheme when they're playing well and with their heads up to really guard any team in this league. So
literally anyone. And if the right scenario isn't there by the trade deadline, which it probably won't be, and if there isn't actually a good player on the buyout market, I'm fine with the team that's currently constructed, honestly, because we're winning games, we're competing that we wouldn't have done last year without missing guys, you know? So
For sure.
The sky is the limit, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think. You're missing Zach and Kobe last night, who was our starting point guard. That's just you. It was a wash. Like the Bulls were getting blown out every single game. We have a team now that is literally like can compete with anyone. We play Philly again coming up. I know we're not going to be 100% healthy by then, but I can't wait to see that how we do with that matchup now. If Vooch is playing better. I really do trust the team. I'm not saying we're going to finish with the first seed, and I know if the Nets go ahead and lock it out, the Nets end up winning, then they'll take the first seed. But I don't really give a damn about seeding right now. I don't give a damn about it.
I don't either. Honestly, at this point, it was nice having the first seed for as long as we did because it was a while. Casey tweeted out a tweet saying how long it's been. I don't remember when it was, but honestly, I think having the first seed off our backs is kind of good. You know, we're no longer the hunted. The guys are healthy. They're going to get healthy. Get ready for the playoff run, man. That's all that I really care about right now. Be healthy for the playoff run.
For sure. That's the biggest thing is this team, especially with what they're dealing with. It's about being 100%, as close to 100% healthy as you can by the playoffs, and then letting the chips fall where they may. That's all you can do. All right, let's see what we got here. Run with us. Yeah, remember we almost beat the reigning champs that were fully healthy, missing 5 players who started for us at one point in the season. I fear no team this season, man. Haven't felt like this since D Rose. Listen, it's a great feeling around this team, man, period. And I know you have some fair weather fans, and then you also have the skies falling fans that are just like, it's over. We overachieved. Listen, the moment we win 2 or 3 games in a row again, they'll be back on the bandwagon saying we're the best team in the world. So you kind of just let it go.
It's expected, man. Every fan base has those type of fans. I don't hold it against them. You know, that's just who they are. That's the way they root for the team. You know, I think they mean well, but you know, it's okay. It's January. It's cold out.
Yeah, for sure. And then, what do you think about the effort of AC? At first of all, Alex Caruso to get back up from that, because I'm not gonna lie, when he fell like that, and the fact that his arm landed first, I'm like, he's gonna have a broken wrist. Like, I keep in mind, I have PTSD with this team when it comes to injuries. So when he fell that way, I got so pissed, not only because of the foul, because I was just like, now he's going to be back on the injury reserve for a minute, man. What do you think about AC's effort before in this game overall, and then especially he didn't make the free throws, unfortunately, but especially after that foul?
Whether you know the guy he's guarding scores or not, the fact that AC is even on the floor, he demands that attention on the defensive side of the floor. You have to know where he is. And that allows other people to be able to, make the switches when they need to a little bit faster. And that all depends. I mean, that all depicts on when that team scores. So the fact that he's back on the court, they have that body, like, that's really all they needed. They didn't really have a solid lockdown guy. I mean, Kobe's great, Ayo's great, but, Caruso is that guy. Yeah. And he's going to have to be that guy with Lonzo out.
That's true. That is very true, and especially because their versatility defensively, what Caruso and Lonzo offer is rare, and I think we've gotten spoiled because we've gotten to see both of them for so long. We've gotten kind of used to seeing our point guard switch on fours, and it's like there's not many motherfuckers that's doing that in the league. That's rare. No. That's super rare. And it's easy to take for granted. Man. I was happy to see. I was happy to see Matt Thomas did come back in the second half and came on because, listen, while we won't need his shooting a lot once everybody's healthy, you got to think that there may be some games where you got to put Matt Thomas in there and get him to do some. The motherfucker still gets on my goddamn nerves, but it was honestly good to see him go on that stretch where it felt like he hit like 3 threes in back-to-back possessions, man.
It's crazy to me. He's a quote-unquote three-point specialist, but I always see him taking more shots from inside the three-point line. I don't know how that happens.
Hey, listen, it's not as bad as Denzel Valentine, who was supposed to be a 3-and-D wing, who didn't play any D and didn't shoot the 3 effectively, so at least we're not dealing with that.
That man didn't do anything in the NBA after leaving Lansing. It's kind of crazy. That Miami shot still haunts me, man. 50 seconds left. Like that was an important game for us. You hear the PTSD? You hear it?
Hey, listen, Bulls fan of PTSD is a real motherfucking thing. That's for damn sure. Brian the Goat says, if we go against the Bucks in the playoffs, we got P. Will, Cook, maybe Vooch, and maybe Derrick Jones Jr. to guard Giannis. Pretty solid. Hey, throw in AC on a couple of possessions guarding him as well. Looked really, really good. And Vooch did better than I thought on times where he was switched on Giannis. I was like, every time I was like, oh shit, here we go. And it was like, oh, pleasantly surprised. So
there was this one play in particular that Giannis was driving to the rim, and I'm pretty sure Vooch swiped at it and knocked it out of his hands, and they called a foul like 5 seconds later. I'm like, that's a foul? Like, come on, man.
Listen, they gave us calls in the first, like for the first half. They were calling it pretty down the middle. DeRozan was getting to the game a lot, and then it's like in the second half, like somebody called them. Like I'm telling you, somebody called them was like, "Hey, man, we need the Bulls to be close, but we don't need them to win. Y'all doing a little too much. Fix that. We need the line. The spread needs to be covered." So yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with the refs, but it's been a theme for us all season. So at this point, we just gotta expect it. The refs don't like the Bulls, man.
They don't. Have they ever liked us though? They didn't like us in the D Rose days, that's for sure.
Man, do you remember when Derrick Rose used to not really get fouls, man? That shit used to frustrate the shit out of me. There would be times with Derrick Rose, and then he started finally funneling his body, basically making them call. And then I remember it was a couple of times where Tibbs had to get a technical to get them to start calling fouls for Derrick Rose. Like Tibbs used to go off on the refs. His damn Cajun ass turning red and shit. Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
I remember them days, man. I remember they were in Indiana one game, and I can't remember who it was, but Derrick Rose was going to the rim. He just got flung out of the air. And I'm like, yo, am I watching like His Highness right now? Like this is like Jordan back in the day, man.
All right, this is something we got to address. Come on, Haize. You can't tell me Matt Thomas isn't our most consistent offensive player. He'd be our biggest distraction. Listen, what cocaine are you smoking? Our most consistent offensive player? Are you talking about 2K? He went off with go and look at Matt's advanced stats. He's not consistent at all. What the fuck do y'all be smoking? Man, Christian,
listen, man. He went on 2K and turned the sliders up. That's what happened.
It's fun, and not to Alex, I like fucking with him, but there is literally people who come in these comments, man, and they only played in 2K. Because, like, there was one time somebody was like, I can't remember. Somebody actually said once, like, oh, I put somebody on this team in 2K and we were undefeated. I was like, really, motherfucker? That's what you bringing? You want us to make trades based off what you played in 2K? That's what you want to do? I think that was the comment that really sent me overboard, where I was just like, I'm not doing no more trade conversations with you motherfuckers. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I can't. But the bright side of all of this stuff, I'm glad that Bulls fans are finally seeing that, Tyler Cook is actually pretty good on defense. Mm-hmm. You need him to be, so we can stop hearing about these trade scenarios. Oh my God, I'm so tired.
Listen, you're gonna hear about it, man. I think we're at 20 days into the trade deadline, and when I cannot wait, bro. I can't wait, because after then we're gonna really get to tell who's really watching basketball, because so many people, like, it's just trade conversations. Like, do you even watch the game, or do you just want to keep trading? Like, because I'm so tired of trade conversations, man. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it.
Man, this is one dude on Twitter that asked me pretty much every game with trade, like, just straight screenshots. Like, please.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The damn trade machine screenshots get me every fucking time. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. And then there was this guy on Twitter, like, he used to tag me, Bull Central, and somebody else. Literally, anytime there was a rumor that a player was available, it was like, could he play the 4 for us? And it was like Cam Reddish. I'm like, you want Cam Reddish to play the 4 for us, bro?
Yeah, that's gonna help us against Joel Embiid in the playoffs.
But I love it, man. I get it. People are really excited about this team. They want to fix what our perceived hole is. I get all of it, man. But it's just like, come on, man. Y'all got to do a little bit better than this. Y'all got to do a little bit better than this.
Yeah, man. Let Act do his job. That's what he's getting paid for.
Yep. All right. We got Brendan L. Jett in the building. Bucks had their big 3 and barely won the game. This L is an illusion with Levine and John. This I don't know. This John Morant thing is taking a whole new thing in my streams, bro. It's hilarious, man.
John Morant. That's hilarious.
I think it was somebody who left they were serious and they said something about John Morant. And then, of course, me being the asshole I turned it into a joke. Now it's just John Morant things every day. I swear I don't know why people watch me, bro, because I'm just an asshole. That's all it is. BKR Sports, see, we need a player like John Morant to come in with his signature flying headbutt for the next time we take on Chris. Oh man, listen,
Man,
that
where
is
do you find these
hilarious.
people, man?
Oh God, I love it, bro. I love this community we're building, bro. If Matt Thomas is our most consistent offensive player, then we might as well trade Levine to the Sixers for Simmons.
I love that this is live time, so people can read these comments and respond to them, man. I love it.
And then Alex Flores doubled down. Look at the game stats. I stand on my word, bro. Come on, man. Oh man. Oh, Brandon Ojet said it. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Listen, I'm glad y'all having fun. I'm glad y'all don't have jobs that drug test y'all, because Lord knows, man, some of these comments automatically are a failed drug test. Like, y'all job will look at these comments and be like, yeah, man, go ahead and clock out for me. It's over with.
The Bull shot 2 for 21 from 3, and then Matt Thomas made 3 from 4. And then that's where the comment came from, I promise you.
Reginald Short, the fact we couldn't play McKinney or Bradley tells me we to cut or trade both. Listen, you got to think, if they played Derrick Jones Jr. at the 5 and had no worries with that, they definitely can play Tyler Cook at the 5.
Easy. And people were on Twitter were saying, oh, how come Tyler Bradley or Tony Bradley isn't getting any minutes? I'm like, do you really want him to get minutes against Giannis?
Man, listen. Oh, God. I could only imagine how Tony Bradley would have played in this game, bro. Like, I could only imagine. Like, the fumbles that would have happened. Like, Jesus, man.
You mean Troy Brown Jr.?
No. Huh? What did I say?
He was fumbling that entire game, man.
Oh, yeah, he did. No, I'm saying if Tony Bradley would have played, would have got even more fumbles. They would have been the fumble brothers. That's what they would have done. That's what they would have done. Oh, man, let's see what we got here. If Bradley could do anything on offense, we wouldn't need another big. He's just so bad on offense. And he's not that good on defense either. Like, he shows flashes, right? And those flashes look really, really good. Really, really good. But no, like, he's just not a good player, man. Not a good player at all.
I'm pretty sure 90% of his points are assisted. Pretty sure.
I'm 100% of them. Like, what offensive skills that he has to get it to create his own bucket? Like, come on, man. Bro, we all talking about John Morant. We were forgetting about Rocco. Listen, I keep telling y'all, we need to get rid of Tony Bradley, and Rocco from Sesame Street can play center for us. Just sit him right there. That's all he needs to do. At least you wouldn't have to worry about it. He'd fumble the ball just as much as Tony Bradley. I'm just telling you. Oh man, Christopher House in the building. I'm okay, Haize. The Bulls play great defense against the reigning champs. Listen, a win would have made it taste even better. But listen, I can't knock on how our team played today. I can't knock on it, man.
Can't at all. These are the games that we've been waiting for, competing against the top of the league, because we are in the top of the league now, man. Mm-hmm. These games matter. These games matter.
Angela Williams says, I hope this game will make Kobe gain more confidence. I don't know how that works when he shot the way he did, but yeah, I really hope that somebody pulls him to the side and be like, hey, Kobe. Like, seriously, this is one of those games where Kobe knows, and Kobe's probably beating himself bad about it, but somebody on the way to the bus, the plane, whatever, just needs to look at him and be like, Kobe. That's all you got to do is just look at him and say his name like 3 times. He's going to be like, I know. He's probably going to be in the gym shooting for the next 24 hours. Like, I bet you.
Come on, Kobe. Just forget it. Just forget it. Move on.
I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. Come on, man. This is what y'all got for me, Leviant Clothing. How do you feel about signing Thon Maker?
After watching this game, that's what you're thinking about, Thon Maker?
That's what you got for me, man? That's what you got?
Thon Maker,
oh man, that is crazy, bro. Like,
sign any 7-foot guy that can just,
bro, the Taco Fall comments, bro. The Taco, like, that shit drives me crazy, man. I hate it when people. Troy Brown Jr. got his hands into Bradley's butter pre-game. Y'all this.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh man, listen, Tony Brown was like, oh, you're gonna talk about me fumbling the ball? I got something for y'all. Hey, Troy, come over here real quick.
Take this.
Oh man, to be honest, I wish we could have gotten JaVale McGee in the offseason though. Why? Just because he's long and tall?
I like it, but no one predicted he would have he had this season Nobody thought he was going to play this well.
That's true. No, yeah. Nobody thought he was. If anybody expected him to play the way that he's played this season, he would have gotten $10 million a year easily.
Easy.
Kent says, bring back Felicio, secure the chip. Yeah, chips, actual like Lay's, because you ain't getting no championship with Felicio on your roster. What the? If you want a bag of Lay's, bro, just go get some Lay's. What the hell?
Oh, man. Felicio. Why are we talking about Felicio, man?
Oh, man. Haize, the Bulls traded Tony Bradley for and a first for a can of sardines and a couple of bucks. What? That's too much, man. That's too much. It's too much.
I can't get any cracking for the sardines? Like
Felicio has more moves than Bradley. I wouldn't say that, bro. I wouldn't even go that far. Like, listen, Felicio honestly should never have been an NBA player. Like his passion was playing soccer. They just said it was like, oh, you tall, you coming with us. That's what they did, bro. Like this, no. Honestly, I think it's always easier to rebound from a 0-9 game than a mediocre game. It's the type of game where your mojo just wasn't there and you forget about it. Oh, well, hey, maybe. One thing that the Bulls did in this game that you pointed out when we were chatting, they didn't allow for as long of a run, but they did allow for. Now they came back from it, right? They definitely could have still won this game. What do you think are some of the reasons? What have you noticed on what are causing the Bulls to allow those big runs that they allow to happen sometimes?
So in the Brooklyn game, they went on that whole 43-8 run that we didn't hear about. I mean, we heard about for like 2 straight days. In the Grizzlies game, they went on like a 16-0 run with Ja on the bench, and then like an 18-6 run in the second half. All these runs from these teams, because of penetration, they're getting to the rim, they're shooting all these free throws, they're scoring all these points because they're just getting past guys with ease. You bring Caruso back. You know, I'm not saying he's the reason why the Bucks shot so bad, but a team-oriented defense can do this. If you work together, you have efforts like this. The best three-point shooting team in the league shot 19% from three. Like, these games matter, man.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Damn, Kobe Io shot like doo-doo. We should have beat them. We should have beat them up. We put a lot of missed shots. Listen, I mean, it happens, right? It just sucks that it was, like I said earlier, it was both of them in the same game. I'm willing to bet that that's not going to happen. 10 times out of 10, that probably happens one time. It's not going to happen too often that you run into both Io and Kobe having these type of games, man. It was bad. It was really bad.
And if I told you Kobe and AO shot 5 for 24 from the field, and we lost by 4, would you believe me?
Nope. Nope. That's it. Facts. Bucks 42 points in the paint versus Bulls 20. Vooch man up and exploit mismatch in the paint. If you look at the actual game, like that raw number is a little misleading. They didn't really have a lot of mismatch in the paint because most of the time it was Giannis and Bobby Portis in there. He didn't really have a lot of chances to exploit mismatches. Now he did later in the game where he should have, right? I'm not denying that, but that is, if you're just looking at the raw number and trying to say that Vooch had more mismatches, he really didn't have a lot of mismatches down low. What do you think, Christian?
I think people are saying that because a lot of the first half, he was out in the field, near the three-point line guarding Bobby Portis. So the Bucks were taking him out of the paint, which is why Giannis was thriving. And that kind of switched around in the second half, which is why it was a little bit uglier. The shots were a little bit harder. There wasn't as much space. It was a challenge getting to the rim. And that's why they played the way they did. That whole 20 points and 42 is heavily misleading.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm going to say this because I've seen a couple and I've been skipping them comments about Grant. This is what I'm going to compare it to. And these are only for older Bulls fans. Christian, do you remember when the Bulls were starting Keith Bogans and Bulls fans just for some reason, I don't even remember why, because to my knowledge, he was never available. But Bulls fans just kept saying that we should get Rudy Fernandez. Do you remember that?
I remember those days. those are the days where the Bulls were a shooting guard away, and we just literally put anybody in a Bulls uniform and said, "Yo, he's the answer."
But it was for some reason the Bulls fans zeroed in on Rudy. I still don't understand why it was Rudy Fernandez of all people, and literally, and then I think he actually did eventually leave the Blazers, and people were still pissed off that we did. It's not happening. Y'all would think you would learn. It's not happening. Like, get off of it. Jeremy Grant is not coming to the Chicago Bulls. It's not happening. It's not happening. Like, y'all got to stop, man. Y'all got to stop.
Man, after he said he wanted $114 million in the summer and wanted to be a focal point of the offense, listen, buddy, you're probably the fourth option in this lineup. This isn't Detroit. No sense in Detroit. It's a nice city, but this ain't the Pistons.
Listen, exactly. And my thing is, you're better staying with the goddamn Pistons in that case, man. If it was Game 7 NBA Finals last possession, who you letting shoot, Felicio or Bradley? Oh my God, shit. We're just gonna take the L. Like, that's it. Just take the L because it's not happening. Like, I listen, man. Honestly, I would probably trust Felicio more only because can Bradley even hold on to the ball long enough to shoot it? Like, by him going like this to shoot it, the ball's going to be in the other end of the court. Like, that's it.
Either that, or he's going to be the first 6'11" center to get a shot blocked in that essence. Like that.
Man,
but I can put Monty Ginobili on James Harden on him.
That shit is crazy, man. Felicio or Tony Bradley. Listen, man, that shit, crazy. All right, let's see what else we got. No, wait. Something switched. All right, this is what we got. Keith Bogans was the Tony Bradley. No, Keith Bogans was solid defensively all the time. That's the reason why Keith Bogans was able to keep starting, is that Keith Bogans was always solid defensively. Now, sometimes they didn't play him much in the second half, but that wasn't because he did anything bad. You couldn't trust him to do shit offensively, but Keith Bogans was way better defensively than Tony Bradley was.
Out of all the shooting guards that we had paired next to Rose during that era, Keith Bogans is obviously probably the best next to him. And that's saying a lot because Keith Bogans was ass. He was not a good basketball player, bro.
Man, listen. Yeah. And then the funny thing is then we brought in Rip Hamilton, right?
Oh my!
And then Rip, don't wait, because I know what you're gonna say, and it ended badly. But I feel like, and maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it wasn't the start of the season. Maybe it was like 15 games in. Rip had a stretch where he was looking like, okay, this is the shooting guard we need next to D Rose. And then I think he got hurt for like a couple of games and came back and literally was shit the rest of the time he was in Chicago.
I remember that stretch like it was yesterday because people were like, yo, this is Detroit Rip right now. And I was like, I mean, he got that fadeaway. He was coming off screens like it was 2004, you feel me? So I'm like, maybe. And then, boom, he gets injured, which is like the story of every Bulls fan's fandom. You're one of the guys that you need going down. Like, it's crazy.
More things change, the more they stay the same. That's all I'll say with that. But yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. What's something you're looking forward to, man, coming up next for the Bulls in the Bulls season? Any big time games? Anything you're looking forward to?
Excuse me. Honestly, man, I've been waiting for Tyler Cook to come back because we haven't had a real power forward starting since Javante went down. Even Javante's not a real power forward because he's 6'3.5", 6'4" with shoes on. So, now that we have an actual big in Tyler Cook, I can't wait to see how Billy's going to use him against teams that actually have real bigs. Because, we've stayed in games where teams have physical bigs, and Vooch may have, sucked a little bit. But we stayed in those games and or won them. But now we have Tyler Cook back. And now that allows Billy to be a little bit more expendable with the rotation, a little bit more, free with the guys. And that's going to pay dividends, man. I can't wait to see how he uses him back now.
Yep, and now he's no longer a two-way deal. They've converted him. He's actually signed to the roster, so he's going to be in the rotation. I really listen. I know I've been hyping the kid up, but I really just can't wait to see how he continues to play, man, and show up for us. I want to go to this one, the throwback. Garpax is to blame for being cheap with Ben Gordon. RJ, remember that Ben Gordon was literally out of the league 2 seasons after that.
Yeah, he was
out of the league. So no, I don't like. I think that they saw the writing on the wall with Ben Gordon. Ben Gordon was a great player in our system, and that was really it. That was really it. He had a unique position, but as Derrick Rose probably would have never blossomed into the player that he did. Well, let me not say that, but it probably would have been longer because they would have had Ben Gordon as a safety valve. I like part of Derrick Rose is because Derrick Rose won the MVP the year after Ben Gordon left, right? Or was that 2 years later?
I think that was 2 years.
2 years later.
But like you said, he would have not blossomed. I don't think he would have blossomed the way he did when Ben Gordon on that roster. Ben Gordon needed the ball in his hands to be as effective as he was. And Derrick Rose, I mean, he's a point guard, you know?
Yeah. Now, what I will say about Ben Gordon, too, is he was better defensively than people gave him credit for. People used to make it seem like he was horrible. He was better defensively than what they gave him credit for. But, like, again, you don't want to pay a player that much money that was really just a system player. And that's at the end of it. That's what it was. And I don't even think he wanted to come back to Chicago. I think that they would have brought him back on a reasonable deal, but he wanted to get the most money he could. And shout out to him for it because his career was over with very shortly thereafter. So,
hey, man, get paid.
Yeah. Yep. The Boston series. Listen, my favorite playoff series of all time.
Yes. Easy. 2 double overtime, 1 triple overtime. Easily the best series ever. But let me go with the trauma again. 2017, we have D Wade, Jimmy Butler, and Rajon Rondo all on the same team. No one thinks we're going to do anything. We're up 2-0 on the Celtics. Boom. Rajon Rondo gets injured. And it's over.
Yeah, man. It's listen. That
was a great series, man.
It was a really good series. It was a really good series. But but the thing is everything happens for a reason. Because had they won that series, you're talking about the Rondo series, they probably would have tried to run it back another year rather than blow it up. So
God, no one Garpax, that would have definitely been on the table.
Oh no, it's not even a question. They would have absolutely said, see what we were able to do? You don't need no athleticism, floor spacing. What's that? We're gonna get a whole bunch of mid-range shooters and let them just shoot it away.
3-point shooters? Why do we need those?
Yeah, what 3-point shooting? Oh, those analytics shit doesn't mean shit, man. We don't need no 3-point shooting.
We got Carlos Boozer. Oh my God. That guy shot the ball and never left the ground. Have you ever seen Carlos Boozer shoot a jump shot that's really the ground? I haven't.
That's so funny, man. You jump shot without actually jumping? That makes sense, man. That makes sense. All right, Christian, man, I'm about ready to wrap it up, bro. It was a loss. I don't have much left, bro.
Hey, it was a good loss. When was the last time, as a Bulls fan, you could say you had a loss and you're smiling and laughing about it?
The Boston game?
I mean, before the season.
Oh, before the season. Oh, shit, it's been years and years and years, bro. Years and years and late years.
Yeah,
like
it's been a minute.
Like that shit was fucking ridiculous, man. The stretch that we had, like to think about how far we came down from being in the Eastern Conference Finals to thinking, oh, we just look at the path we've been on as Bulls fans. Eastern Conference Finals, Derrick Rose tears his ACL. The rise of Jimmy Butler. We don't have the right team around him. Derrick comes back. Oh, well, maybe we got something going. Another series. Was LeBron back in Cleveland by then? The time that him and D Rose were trading back to back in games, buzzer beater threes, and then
I think
trade
he was.
Derrick
That was
Rose.
2015 year, right?
Yeah. Trade Derrick Rose. We're gonna get younger and more athletic. Proceed to do everything opposite of getting younger and more athletic.
They signed Jose Calderon. Do you remember that? They signed Jose Calderon.
Oh, man. Shit we've been through as Bulls fans, man. That shit is crazy. For those who've been around and stuck to this team through everything, man, we really deserve some shit.
We do, man. We deserve these games, man. We deserve to be on national TV, but not being flexed into spots where we're missing half the team. Like Adam Silver, I'm onto your shit. You're not
Listen, Adam Silver is an asshole, and that's why he looks the way that he does, and that's what I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just Adam Silver looks like Fraggle Rock. For anyone who remembers what Fraggle Rock was, man, I know I'm taking it back. I may be too old for y'all who are like, what the fuck is Fraggle Rock? Look it up.
I'm sure thinking, what's Fraggle Rock?
Fraggle Rock was a show. It was like the Muppets. The main character in Fraggle Rock literally looks just like Adam Silver. Google Fraggle Rock. The first image that comes up, let me know what you see if that doesn't look like Adam Silver.
Jesus Christ, that is Adam Silver. Yo, that is Adam Silver.
I'm telling you, man, my references be on point, bro. Like that is Adam Silver.
That's literally Adam Silver, bro. Oh my God.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Man. All right, BKR Sports going to send us off. Good post game, man. Catch you next time. Positive loss. Don't forget John flying headbutt Morant. Man, that is fucking crazy.
John Morant. Oh man.
All right, Christian, tell them where they can follow you at, brother.
Oh man, you can follow me at Snacks4Tweets on Twitter. After the Bulls game, sometimes me and my boy Don, we do post game spaces, so you can slide through. Bulls fans, all kinds of Bulls fans, not just the smart ones. We like even the other ones. The ones that want to trade away everybody and get Luka Doncic, and we're gonna be but love all y'all, man.
Absolutely. I love Bulls Nation. See Red all day, man. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure you're following us at Bulls Central Pod. You can send any feedback, question, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. If you want to leave us a voicemail, that voicemail is, what is the goddamn voicemail? Why don't I ever, I've had this voicemail out for this channel for so long and I still don't remember the number. 773-270-2799. Oh man, this has been a great live stream. Christian, thank you for joining me, man. But we out this bitch.
Thank you, man.